combination, and we have seen how the don't care combination are used. And in the example I have shown as an AND gate or OR gate, we can see if the combination has 0 fixed. Like if you talk about an AND gate, if we have a input 0 fixed, one of the input 0 fixed, the other input doesn't matters whether it is
मैम
0.
स्क्रीन इज नॉट शेयर.
Yes,
मैम कुछ दिख नहीं रहा.
कुछ दिख नहीं रहा. I'm not visible.
स्क्रीन शेयर. मैम स्क्रीन नहीं शेयर की क्या?
Screen is not
अभी नहीं
visible.
किया है मैंने स्क्रीन शेयर. I'm just talking to you.
Okay, ma'am.
Am I visible, right?
यस मैम.
हाँ ठीक है, अभी मैंने स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं किया. Okay. So we were talking about the don't care combination. In this, as we were discussing about the AND gate, if we are fixing one of the input 0, the other input doesn't matter, let it be 0 or it be 1, the output will still be 0. So the other input is a don't care combination. Similar is a case of OR gate. If we keep one input as 1, the other input doesn't matter, let it be 0 or 1. If any of the input is high, the OR output will always be high. So that is the case of OR gate. So in that case also, the other input is a combination which is known as a don't care combination. Now let's go to the slide. It's visible, right? This was the don't care condition that we studied in previous class. Is this visible, students? I just shared this slide. It's visible, right? Okay.
Yes,
Now we need to know the don't care combinations. They are designated by X or D. That is a small d or a capital X. So whenever we get a don't care term, it will always be designated by either small d or a capital X. Now we'll see how we are implementing the don't care condition in the example. Now this is the question that we'll understand for don't care condition. Reduce the expression f equals to summation m 1, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14 plus d 2, 4. Now here, since it is a SOP function, we can make out it's an SOP function. How do we know that it's an SOP function? From the summation m. From summation m, we can make out it's an SOP function. Hence, d will be given in this form. That is, it will be plus d bracket 2, 4. That means 2 and 4, these two terms, 2 and 4 will be the don't care terms, don't care mean terms, and implement the real minimal expression using universal logic. So this is how the don't care terms will be given to us. Now we need to understand how we'll implement it. Now the given expression in POS form can be written in this way. This is how we are writing the given expression in POS form. Is the screen visible to you? Yes,
yes,
students?
ma'am.
Okay. So it is given as f equals to pi m 0, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. Now since it's a pi m, that means these are the max terms present to you. How did we find out that these are the max terms? The remaining terms apart from the mean terms which were present in the function, those are our max terms. Now we'll not include 2 and 4 since these are don't care mean terms. So the don't care terms will be included in the POS form as well. But we can see it is dot D, dot pi D 24. Clear? So this is how we can have the don't care terms included in the max term as well. So we need to understand if it is a don't care term that will be there in the mean term form or in the max term form. both दोनों में रहेगा वो. मतलब वो अगर मीन टर्म में प्लस डी है तो मैक्स टर्म में डॉट डी रहेगा. जो भी टर्म्स है हियर इट इज गिवन 24, so it will be there as dot d24 in the POS also. The same terms will be taking. Clear? Now we can see from the K map that we have plotted our K map and we have mapped our mean terms 1, 5, 6, 12, 13 and 14. These are the mean terms that we have mapped. Clear? 1 is positioned in the position of 1, then 5, 6, then we have 12, 13, 14. 12, 13, 14 comes in the third row. Now we have two don't care terms. Screen is not visible. I guess it's hanged. Just wait for a second. Yes, I'm doing that. PowerPoint was not responding. It's visible, right? Is it visible now? Yes? Is it visible now? Okay. So let's continue. We are here. We have taken F as pi m 0, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. So these are the max terms which are not present as the mean terms. So we'll have to take the max terms which are not present in the mean terms. So this is how we'll be taking. Now what are we doing here? We are mapping all the mean terms here. We have mapped 1, this is our 5, this is our 6, then we have 12, 13, 14. So this is how we have mapped all the mean terms. Now we have D, that is a don't care terms. So here we have 2, here we have 4. So we have mapped 2 and 4 as well. Clear? So now what we'll do, we'll start forming pairs or quads. We'll see if these don't care terms are used or not. If it is coming in the formation of any of the quad or pair, we'll take it. Otherwise, we can just ignore those terms. Clear? So we can clearly see this is a quad. This one is our first quad. And this one is the second quad. Correct? And this is a pair. Clear? So we are having 2 quads. And this is left. This one, a don't care term is left. We can just leave it. We don't want that one. Clear? That is not compulsory कि हमें सारे don't care term को include करना है. Don't care का मतलब भी वही है कि if it is required, we'll include them in the formation of quad or pair. But if it is not required, we can just ignore those terms. Clear? So this was required. ये वाला जो था ये required था, and this was not required. Hence we can just ignore this particular don't care term. Is this concept clear of don't care? If it is required, we'll use it in the formation of quad or pair. If it is not required, we can just ignore it. That is the only concept of don't care condition. Clear? So we have two quads and one pair. So we'll start writing the minimal expression of this. The minimal expression of this particular quad. It is D is common. We can see D is 1 and 1 in both the row. And what is common here? It's C bar. So we are getting DC bar. Now coming to this particular quad, this one, again D is common. Now what is common in these two columns? It is D bar. D is 0 here and D is 0 here also. So it is BD bar. Clear? So that will be BD bar. Now coming to the pair. This is a pair. What is common here in these two rows? It's just A, which is 0. So A bar. And this is common. C bar D. So it is A bar, C bar D. Okay? Now coming to the POS form of the expression. POS form of the expression, we can map these max terms as a 0. Clear? So if we are mapping it, we have 0, 3, 7, then 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. Now we have 2 and 4 also. So here we are marking it X, and here also we are marking it X. Now we can see while formation of quad or pair, here we are having one quad, as this is a straight quad that we can see are coming horizontally, and this is one vertical quad. Clear? Now this particular max term is left, so we can form either a third quad, this one. Okay? So this is how we can have three quads including this particular don't care term. This is left, let it be. Okay? So this is how here we are making use of this particular don't care, and we are not using this don't care. So hence we are having three quads, and we can have this as a minimal POS expression. Is this clear? Clear, students, everyone? This is how we are making use of don't care terms. Now I guess this is clear to everyone. Shall we proceed? Reply fast. If it is not clear, I'll explain it again. It's clear, right? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we are moving on to the another important method. See, I'll explain these steps while we are doing the example. I'm not going to explain these steps right now. We'll do it with example, because just reading this is not effective. One thing that we need to understand, that this is a method of minimizing expression again, and it is used for even larger number of variables. Now in the K-map, we are making use of 4 variables. And for 5 variable, as we have seen, it becomes very tedious to just form a map and then forming quads or pairs or octets out of it. Clear? So here in the Quine-McCluskey method, this method is known as a Quine-McCluskey method, or else we can even call it as tabular method, because we are going to form a table. With that is why it is called as tabular method. Now in this one, we can even compute it manually, like hand computation, or else we can program it for machine computation. Clear? Agar hum usko program karenge, then also we'll get the proper output. So that is programmable, completely programmable. So we can even design it in our system so that we can get the minimal expression out of any particular expression of either of 5 variable, 6 variable, or more number of variables. We will be easily getting the minimal expressions, and that can be programmed easily. Okay, so that is the basic advantage of Queen-McCluskey method over the K-map method. K-map method is particular for 4 variable, 3 to 4 variable, it is very good. But if you are going beyond 4 variable, like for 5 variable or 6 variable, it becomes very difficult. So we are making use of Queen-McCluskey method for if you are having more number of variables. Now we need to understand these terms, prime implicants and the essential prime implicants. Now prime implicants are basically all the pairs or quads that we are forming is a prime implicant. Now here, as we could see that there are number of quads and the pairs formed in the K-map. यहाँ पर हमने 2 quad और एक pair form किया था. Hence we are having 3 prime implicants. Here we formed 3 quads. Again we are having 3 prime implicants. मतलब including all the pairs and quads, it will calculate the total number of prime implicants. Clear? So prime implicant is a technical word for the pair or quad or octet. Clear? So in the case of K-map or a Queen-McCluskey method instead, we call it as a prime implicant. We don't call it as a pair or a quad. Basically these are pairs and quads only, but we call it as a prime implicant. Clear? Now the second term, essential prime implicant. Now this is an important term. Essential prime implicant is a prime implicant which covers at least one, which is not covered by any other prime implicant. Now what does this mean? Here in this particular pair, I have come back to the previous slide. This pair has this one and this one. It is covering 2 ones, right? But what happens to this particular one? This particular one is covered by this quad also, and this one is just covered by this pair. Hence this will be an EPI. That means essential prime implicant. Clear? तो ये जो particular pair है, it has a 1 which is not covered by any other prime implicant. That means that will be a essential prime implicant. मतलब अगर कोई भी ऐसा prime implicant है जिसमें एक भी 1 है जो कोई और prime implicant share नहीं कर रहा है, that will be an EPI. Is this concept clear? Students, ये भी है, ये quad भी आपका essential prime implicant है क्योंकि इसमें ये और ये कोई और share नहीं कर रहा है. यहाँ पर का 1 share हो रहा है, but these two, this one and this one is not shared by any other prime implicant. So that will be an EPI. I'm talking about this particular quad. In this quad, we are having 3 ones and 1 don't care. This one is the first one, and this is the second, third, and this is a don't care term. So here we are not using these 2 ones. These 2 ones are used by this prime implicant only. But this particular one is shared by this prime implicant also. So it should have at least a single one. एक 1 कम से कम होना चाहिए which is not shared by any other prime implicant. That means if it is having a single one which is not shared by any other prime implicant, that will be an EPI. EPI is only applicable, no, it is not applicable for only ones, it is applicable for zeros as well. Here,
Ma'am, in the quad 4, 5, 12, 13, there is also a 1 and 13 which is not shared. So it also become EPI.
yes, 4, 5, 12, 13 quad, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That will also be an EPI. And EPI will not be there in SOP only. It will be there for POS also. and that will be applicable for POS also, but there we call it as false essential prime implicant. Clear? So that will be a false essential prime implicant. Just a second. Okay. ठीक. I just got the information right now. You people will not be having your third lecture, but compulsorily you will have to attend the webinar today, which is going to be conducted at 3 p.m. right? So you have to get registered for that webinar, and you will not be having your third lecture today. Yeah. Okay. So let's continue. So here we were talking about the essential prime implicant and false essential prime implicant. False essential is the term used for the POS, and EPI is used for SOP, false essential prime implicant, or in somewhere it is written essential false prime implicant. मतलब false term रहेगा, या तो false essential prime implicant होगा या फिर essential false prime implicant. मतलब false prime implicant हम POS के सारे prime implicants को बोलते हैं. ठीक है, पीओएस के जो प्राइम इम्प्लीकेंट्स रहते हैं उनको हम फॉल्स प्राइम इम्प्लीकेंट्स बोलते हैं, और एसओपी में जो प्राइम इम्प्लीकेंट्स रहते हैं उनको हम प्राइम इम्प्लीकेंट्स ही बोलते हैं. सो एसेंशियल टर्म विल बी देयर इफ इट इज फॉर पीओएस और एसओपी, बट पीओएस में रहेगा तो फॉल्स रहेगा. इज द कंसेप्ट क्लियर एवरीवन? Anyone who is still not clear with essential prime implicant, because हम जो मेथड पढ़ रहे हैं क्वीन मैकलेस की, उसमें आपका essential prime implicant और prime implicant ही यूज होगा. क्लियर?
मैम डोंट केयर है पहले. मैम फॉल्स वाला क्या होगा?
मतलब आई डिडंट गेट यू.
यस, फॉल्स में क्या होगा? फॉल्स एसेंशियल प्राइम इम्प्लीकेंट में.
फॉल्स एसेंशियल प्राइम इम्प्लीकेंट में भी वही कंडीशन है. Here, if you are having a single zero, which is not covered by any other zero, then it will be a false essential false prime implicant. मतलब एक जीरो ऐसा होना चाहिए जो किसी और से शेयर नहीं हो. So in this case also we can see, यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो, एक मिनट. In this case ये जीरो, ये जीरो, ये जीरो किसी से शेयर नहीं हो रहा है, तो ये आपका हो जाएगा FEPI. क्लियर? हियर ऑल्सो, यहाँ पर भी ये वाला जीरो किसी से शेयर नहीं हो रहा है, तो ये भी आपका फॉल्स एसेंशियल प्राइम इम्प्लीकेंट हो जाएगा. ये वाला भी कॉर्नर वाला जो आपका क्वाड है, इसमें भी सिर्फ ये ही आपका यूज हो रहा है, एंड नथिंग इज यूज्ड, हेंस इट विल बी अ फॉल्स प्राइम इम्प्लीकेंट, false essential prime implicant. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, is the screen visible?
No, ma'am.
What is happening? So is it clear the concept of prime implicant, essential prime implicant, and the false essential prime implicant? Is it clear, students? Everyone, is it visible, right? Visible, everyone? Okay, so this was the concept of the prime implicant and the essential prime implicant. Now let's go to the method. Now again we have to obtain the set of prime implicants for the Boolean expression f. This is given to us using tabular method. Clear? Now basically we'll go step by step. This is the first step. to form the indexing. Indexing formation is very important. Now you need to understand what this index mean. Now we'll start with index 0, then index 1. We'll have these index fixed. This will be fixed for every method. Now index 0 has those mean terms where whose binary designation will have 0 number of ones. Now I'll repeat, index 0 will have those mean terms whose binary designation will have 0 number of ones. Now all the mean terms, these are the mean terms present in the function. With these mean terms, हम सिर्फ इन्हीं mean terms के बारे में बात करेंगे. Will not talk about any other mean terms. The mean terms which are present in the function. Now we'll check with these mean terms. We'll write the binary designation of all the mean terms in 4-bit. Why are we writing it in 4-bit? Why are we writing it in 4-bit? Anyone?
4 variables.
It's a 4-variable function. And how did we get to know the mean terms
Less than
present
15.
in it?
Less than equal to 15.
Yes. So here we are having the mean terms till 15. So we got to know that this is a 4-variable function. So definitely all the mean terms designation, the binary designation will be of 4-bit. So we'll start with 0. The binary designation is 0, 0, 0, 0. This is the binary designation of 0. And this 0, 0, 0, 0 has 0 ones present in it. एक भी 1 नहीं है उसमें. Am I getting right, everyone? Binary designation of 0 has no ones present in it. So it is coming in the index 0 case. Okay? Now we'll proceed with the index 1. Index 1 will have those mean terms जिसके binary designation में सिर्फ एक 1 रहेगा. Only one 1 will be present in the binary designation of the mean terms. So we are having 1 binary designation is 0, 0, 0, 1. So we are writing it as under index 1. Then we are having 6 also, 7 also. 6 binary designation is 0, 1, 1, 0. So how many ones are present? We are having 2 ones. So that will not come in index 1. Index 1 will have only those mean terms which will have only 1, 1. Clear? एक ही 1 रहेगा. Are you getting my point? Index 1 will have only those mean terms which will have only single 1 present in the binary designation. Clear? So 6 is having 2 ones, that will come under index 2. If you talk about 7, 7 is 0, 1, 1, 1. So that will come under index 3. So we are having index 2 where we are having the mean terms whose binary designation will have 2 ones in it. Index 3 will have those mean terms whose binary designation will have 3 ones. And then index 4 will have those mean terms whose binary designation will have 4 ones. So ये 5 इंडेक्स आपके फिक्स रहेंगे. अब इसमें कौन कौन से मीन टर्म्स लाई करेंगे वो आपको चेक करना है बाय देयर बाइनरी डेजिग्नेशन. इंडेक्स 0 will have those mean terms whose binary designation will have 0 ones. Index 1 will have those mean terms whose binary designation will have a single 1. Index 2 will have those mean terms whose binary designation will have 2 terms, 2 ones. Here single 1, here 0 ones, here we'll have 3 ones, here we'll have 4 ones. So that is how we are dividing the mean terms into different index groups. These are the different index groups. Is this clear till here, everyone? यहाँ तक clear है? Index n, where n defines number of ones in binary designations. Correct. Clear? Index n, 4 will have 4 number of ones. Index 3 will have 3 number of ones in the binary designation of any mean term. Clear? So this is what is the concept of the index. Now moving on to the next column. ये कॉलम 1 में ये पार्ट करना है, हमें इंडेक्सिंग करनी है, मीन टर्म्स को उसमें लिखना है और उसका बाइनरी डेजिग्नेशन लिखना है. Then we'll move on to the next column. Now in the next column, column 2 pairs and ABCD. Now here we'll compare with the index 0 and index 1 terms. जो आपके index 0 है और index 1 है, उनको हम individually compare करेंगे. Now I'll tell how to compare. Now this is a index 0 term which is 0 0 0 0. Now index 1 is 0 0 0 1. 1, it has 1 also, it has 8 also. Now this 0 will be compared with 1 and the 0 will be compared with 8. Both, दोनों से कंपेयर होगा. 0 एक ही है यहाँ पर, इंडेक्स 0 ग्रुप में सिर्फ एक ही मीन टर्म है, इंडेक्स 1 में दोनों मीन टर्म है 1 and 8. तो 0 will be checked with 1 and 0 will be checked with 8. दोनों से इंडिविजुअली चेक करेंगे. Now what do we need to check? That these two, 0, the binary designation of 0 and the binary designation of 1. In the binary designation of both the terms, they will be differ by only 1 bit. सिर्फ एक बिट का डिफरेंस होना चाहिए. If this is happening, then they can form a pair. Now we can see from 0 and 1, हम within index कभी compare नहीं करते हैं. Will be comparing with the succeeding index number. मतलब 0 का 1 से compare होगा और 1 के terms का 2 से compare होगा, 2 के terms का 3 से compare होगा. 0 को 2 से compare नहीं करेंगे, 2 को 4 से compare नहीं करेंगे. Clear? So it will always be compared with the succeeding index group terms. Is this concept clear? So we'll check, compare 0 with 1. And what are we checking? That whether their binary designation differs by 1 bit only or not. Yes, they are differing by only 1 bit. And this is 0 0 0 0 and this one is 0 0 0 1. So they are forming a pair. 0 and 1, the mean term 0 and the mean term 1, they are forming a pair. And at what position it is differing? At the position of this, that is the rightmost position. So that position is marked dash. जहां पर डिफर करता है, कौन सी पोजीशन में डिफर करता है? It is differing in the position of 2 to the power 0. ये वाला पोजीशन में डिफर कर रहा है, right? We can see that this all three zeros are same for 0 and 1. That is 0 0 0 and this is 0 and this is 0 0 0 and 1. So basically these zeros are fixed. And what is differing? The last bit position, that is the rightmost bit position whose designation is binary designation is 2 to the power 0. And hence that is the 1 position. And that will be marked 0. So this is how we are forming a pair. एक pair form हो गया है, mean term 0 और mean term 1 का. Now we'll check with 0 and 8. Again in 0 and 8, it is differing by 1 bit position. This is 0 0 0 0 and this is 1 0 0 0. So again it will form a pair. This is a second pair, 0 8, and it is differing at this position. ये वाला position में differ कर रहा है. So this is the position 2 to the power 3, and hence it is written 8. At the position of 8 it is differing, and we'll mark a dash here, and we'll write rest of the binary designation as it is. So here we are getting two pairs by comparing the terms of index 0 and index 1. So the two pair has been formed. This is done. We'll mark a line over here. Now we'll compare with the index 1 with index 2. Then we'll again check with the same thing, that is terms which are having only 1 bit difference. Okay, so index 1 will check 1 with 6. Is there having a single bit difference? 1 and 6? Yes, anyone reply? 1 and 6, are they having a single bit difference in their binary designation? Yes, students, can 1 and 6 form a pair? No, it can never form a pair because they are differing by 3-bit position. So for forming a pair, they should differ by only 1 bit position. So 1 and 6 can never form a pair. What about 1 and 9? 1 and 9, can it form a pair? 1 and 9. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
1 and 9 can form a pair because they are differing by only 1 bit. Okay, in their binary designation. So 1 and 9 forming a pair. At what position they are differing? At 2 to the power 3 position. So dash 0, 0, 1. So at the differing position, we'll mark a dash, and the rest of the bits are written as it is. Clear? So 1, 9 is done. Now we'll check with 8 and 6. We have checked 1 with 6 and 9 both. Now similarly, we'll check 8 with 6 and 9. 8 and 6, can it form a pair? 8 and 6? No. 8 and 6 cannot form a pair because they are again differing by 3 bits. So we'll check with 8 and 9. 8 and 9, can it form a pair? 8 and 9? Yes. 8 and 9 can form a pair because it is again differing by 1 bit, and that is the position of 2 to the power 0. So 8 and 9 with 1 position differing, and we can write the binary designation as 1, 0, 0 dash. We need to go according to the procedure. ये सब कुछ करना जरूरी है. We cannot skip any of the step here. ठीक है? So the binary designation is 1, 0, 0 dash. ठीक है? So here we are done by checking index 1 and index 2. Again we'll put a line over here. ये भी आपका complete है. Checking index 0 and 1, तो यहाँ पर हमने एक line कर दिया था. After checking the terms of index 1 and 2, we'll put a line over here. ठीक है? तो ये जैसे ही आपका index 1 और 2 complete हो रहा है, तो एक line complete करना है कि आपका वो check हो गया. Now we'll check with the terms of index 2 and index 3. So we'll go on checking the terms of index 2 and index 3. Now we have 6 and we have 7. Will 6 and 7 form a pair? 6 and 7? Yes, the 6 and 7 will form a pair because they are again differing by only 1 bit, and that is the position of 2 to the power 0. So 6, 7 forming a pair. 0, 1, 1 are the same bits, and this is the differing bit which is replaced by a dash. Clear? So 0, 1, 1 is as it is taken, and the differing bit is replaced by a dash. Now we'll check with 6 and 13. 6 and 13. This one, will it form a pair? 6 and 13. 0, 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 0, 0. No, it will not form a pair because they are differing by 3 bits. ठीक है? So they are differing by 3 bits, so it will not form a pair. We'll check with 6 and 14. 6 and 14. 6 and 14. Yes, they will form a pair. 6 is 0, 1, 1, 0 and 14 is 1, 1, 1, 0. So a position in a difference is the 2 to the power 3 position. So 6 and 14 will form a pair with a differing position is 2 to the power 3, that is 8. So dash 1, 1, 0. Clear? Dash 1, 1, 0 is the binary designation again. Now we'll check with 9. 9 and 7. 9 and 7. Will it form a pair? No, 9 and 7 will not form a pair. 9 and 13. Will it form a pair? 9 and 13. Yes, 9 and 13 students? Yes, it will form a pair. 9 is 1001. 13 is 1101. Where is the differing position? कहाँ पर differ कर रहा है? 2 to the power 2. This position. This position is differing. 2 to the power 2. Correct. So 9 and 13 will form a pair. With the differing position is 2 to the power 2. That is 4. So we are writing it 1-01. 1-01 is the binary designation. Now 9 and 14 will not form a pair. 9 and 14 will not form a pair. Okay? Now we'll check with index 3 and index 15. Sorry, index 3 and index 4. Index 3 and index 4 almost everyone will form a pair. As we can see, 7 and 15. It is differing by only 1 bit. Rest 3 bits are always there. 111 and 111. So 7, 15 will form a pair. Even 13, 15 will form a pair. And 14, 15 will also form a pair. All the 3 will form a pair. And we can see all the 3 forming a pair. ठीक है? तो हमारे पास सारे pairs formation हो गए हैं. So we are done with all the pair formation. Is this concept clear, everyone? That is the pair formation. Clear or not? Students, reply whether the concept of pair formation is clear or not. It's clear? And we have to write the binary designation like this. Now we have got the different groups again by comparing index 0 and 1, index 1 and 2, index 2 and 3, and index 3 and 4. So we have marked it by a line. So this is how we'll compare for quad formation. हम quad formation के लिए ये group और ये group को check करेंगे. Again we'll check for a single bit difference. And the important thing, the dash position should be same. If the dash position is same, we'll check with the rest of the 3 bits. If there is only 1 bit difference, then it will form a quad. Are you getting my point? We'll check with these 2 groups. हम ये succeeding groups को ही check करेंगे. That is, this is our first group. This is our second group. And we'll check with the same dash position. Like here, we are having dash at this position. And here, we are having dash at this position. So for these two pairs, if they are having same dash position, we'll check with the 3 bits. If among 3 bits there is only 1 bit difference, it will form a quad. That is the third column. So it is happening here. So there is a difference in only 1 bit. This is our 1 bit difference. So what are these actually? 0, 1 and 8, 9. These are our quad. 0, 1, 8, 9. And what are the position where dash is coming? Here it is coming at 1. And the next dash position is 8. So 1 and 8 are the dash position. So it is designated as dash 00 dash. So here we are getting one quad, our first quad. So this is my dash position and this is our first quad. ठीक है? So we'll check with this one. This is our next pair that we can check, that because they are having the same dash position. Dash position same है तभी हम check करेंगे. ठीक है? तो dash position is same. We'll check with the rest of the 3 bits. It is again forming a quad, but we need to understand one quad of the same mean terms, that is 0, 1, 8, 9 has already been formed. तो जरूरत नहीं है, वो सेम क्वाड में आ रहा है. ठीक है? So it is already formed. Quad formation is already done with the same mean terms 0, 1, 8 and 9. That quad has already been formed. So we need not to check it again. Now we'll check for this group and this group whether there is any quad formation or not. Okay, so first we'll check for the dash position. Now since this one can form a quad with this one, because this is having a dash at this position and dash at this position. But if I am checking the rest of the 3 bits, they are not having a single bit difference. All are different, in fact. 0, 0, 1 and this 1, 1, 0. So that cannot be converted to a quad. But if I go for this one and this one, will it form a quad? Again, no, because dash position are same, but the bits are not different. The bit should have only one bit difference. It is 1, 0, 0 and this is 0, 1, 1. Hence again it will not form a quad. It will not convert to a quad. Okay, so what actually we'll do here, जो आपका पेयर फॉर्मेशन में पेयर क्वाड में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है, we'll put a tick over here. हम यहाँ पर दोनों को टिक कर दिए. ये आपका पेयर क्वाड में कन्वर्ट हो गया है. ये चारों कन्वर्ट हो चुके हैं क्वाड में. Now we have to check with this group, इस ग्रुप में. तो हमने इसको ये चेक कर लिया. ये आपका कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रहा है, ये भी कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रहा है. Again we don't have any other option to check among these two, so we'll check with this. हम इन दोनों में चेक करेंगे. Now we'll check with the first one. ये dash position है 6, 7 and this is 14, 15 with the same dash position. Will it be converted to quad? Yes, anyone? Will it be converted to quad? Yes or no? Yes, because it is having same dash position and the rest of the 3 bits we are just having 1 bit difference. So 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So this is converted to quad. Again dash 1, 1, 0. ठीक है? So this is how it is done. ये भी आपका पेयर quad में convert हो गया. So we'll mark a tick over here. Now we'll check with this one and this one. ये आपका quad में convert होगा? Yes, that is 6, 14 and 7, 15. But this is already done. 6, 7, 14, 15 already quad formation हो चुका है. तो ये भी marked. This is done. Now let us check with 9, 13 and this one 13, 15. Now this is not possible. Let it be. तो हमारे पास 2 क्वाड मिल गया है. ठीक है? 2 क्वाड में ये फर्दर ऑक्टेट में भी कन्वर्ट हो सकता है अगर डैश पोजीशन सेम है और जो 2 बिट है इसमें सिर्फ 1 बिट डिफरेंस होगा तो. बट यहाँ पर नहीं है. So we are just having 2 quads. And what are the pairs which are left? आपका ये वाला पेयर बच गया था जो क्वाड में कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रहा था. सॉरी ये नहीं. This was the pair which was not converted to quad, and this was the another pair which was also not converted to quad. Hence, we'll be having 4 prime implicants. This is my first prime implicant, which is marked as P. This is my second prime implicant, which is marked as Q. This is my third prime implicant, which is marked as R. This is my fourth prime implicant, which is marked as S. The terms which cannot be combined further are labeled as P, Q, R and S. These form the set